like whatever the methods were there in the web element interface. These are clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Now you may face another different type of you guys can hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
So, so there might be different types of web elements or different requirement. Okay. So like you guys have seen the drop downs, right? So where from you have to select a value or unselect a value. So for any drop down, when like to you want to select a value or unselect a value, there is a different class for this in Selenium, that is select. There is a select class. Okay. So if you use this select class, you can select or like unselect any value from any drop down. So how to use the select class? So first you have to create an object for this. Select SLT equals to new select and pass the driver dot find element by dot path or anything you can pass whatever you are comfortable with. So basically, the dropdown will have a locator, right? In the web page, the dropdown will have a XPath or the dropdown will have some ID or anything, right? So driver has to find that element and you have to pass that element in the constructor itself of the select class. Okay. So first you have to create an object and where the constructor will be having the parameter of this, the dropdown element XPath. Then if you give SLT dot, you'll be seeing all different types of, like there are different methods in this class. Okay, like select by value, select by visible text, select by value visible text,
Index.
index. Yeah. And same goes for unselect also. Okay, like this select by value, this select by visible text, is selected by index. So mostly these six are used. So what is used, like as I said, if any your web page has a drop down and you want to select or deselect any value, so we use this select class. First you have to create an object and in the constructor you have to pass the drop down, the parent drop down which is holding all these values, that particular XPath, and then you will be getting all these options. Okay. So and always remember, if you want to use the select class, the drop down should have this tag. Okay, select tag. If your drop down doesn't have a select tag, you may have to go in a different way. What are the different ways? I will tell you. So now I have given select dot select by value. What is value? So basically, whenever there is a drop down, I'll show you one second. Where from I can get? Okay, test let me have. So these are the drop downs, right? If I right click here and inspect it, you can see the select tag here, right? So only and only when your drop down will have a select tag, then only this select class can work. Okay, remember this. If drop down has a select tag, then class will drop down. So then we will create the object, we will choose these values. Now, what are the values I wanted to show? So here, if you click on this, you can see, okay, they haven't given this value or any other. and do the table. Important heavy করে দিয়েছি deep brown এর practice করতে হবে। heavy করে দিয়েছি এই লেভেলে করে টপ ডাউন শেখাচ্ছি উইদাউট সিলেক্ট ক্লাস প্র্যাকটিক্যালি ওটাই হবে কটা সিলেক্ট ক্লাস সিলেক্ট করবে ডাইরেক্টলি প্রোগ্রামে সবই রাখবে okay so they haven't used much I can show you from here but okay let's come here first. So there would be the select tag and there would be these options. Okay. These options tags holds all the drop down values here. If you see here, you can see select tool, Selenium, playwright, puppeteer, Cypress, right? So all this text you can see here also. So for here, the value will not be working because they haven't provided any particular value. Okay. 1 second, I can show you the value. I remember now. So they also removed it now. Okay, I can't show most probably, but here also we'll have one more attribute as value. Okay, so value is an attribute for this these options. So when you use that, so there will be value 1, 2, 3, whatever the value is, you can pass it here. Like it takes an actually an integer. So the parameter would be integer. So you have to just whatever the value attribute holds the value, you have to pass it here. So automatically that option will be selected. Okay. Then we have the select dot select by visible text. Here you have to pass the text, whatever you can see here. You can see the text here, right? Select tool, playwright, Selenium. Just I would say double click this, it will be copied, right? And paste it somewhere. Then we have again select dot select by index. So index always starts with 0, you know. So you can put like here we had around 5 options. So the index would be from the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Right? Second. Pull down with the product. Okay, you can see here now, right? The value tag. The value attribute will always hold some value. This is the value, this is the text. So whatever the value they have passed, that value you have to pass. So even for the day, month, for everything, they will have this select class and you can see the value. You just have to pass the value so that you can get it and you can fetch it from there. And if accordingly, whatever the value you have provided, it will select that particular one. So all this, whatever we are saying is select or deselect, it will only happen if the drop down has a select tag. You can see here, right? So it everything has a select tag. If the select tag is present, then only the select class will work. If the select is not there, then what you have to do, there are different ways. Okay. So basically, if This is most important because in real life you may not get like 50% of the drop downs will have select tag, 50% may not have. Okay. If select tag is not there for any drop down, what we can do? Any idea, guys? Hello. Lavanya, you were saying something like,
Sometimes it present in div.
sorry.
Then we need to go for arrow up, down. That's we need to use.
You guys can try like
with the
whatever you
mouse.
guys are. See, basically, if this doesn't have a select tag, the arrow would drop and down. I don't know. So the basic thing you are missing, it. I'm not saying like it's not normal. It's normal. Like people miss it. First, you have to click this, right? Because the drop down will not be open for you. First, you have to
Yes.
open the drop list,
Yes.
drop down
Yes.
list. So always remember, if the select tag is not there, first option would be click. Second, what would be your step? Click on the option directly. Correct. Whatever the value you want to choose, you can click from there. You can get the locator of the value and directly click on it or use arrow on it, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Third, if you are using arrow, there are multiple things you have to understand. So see, basically I'm showing you how it happens. See, this is a drop down. This doesn't have a select tag. If you see, it's a division class level. So if I click here, the drop down got open. I'm not saying about this. You can go for anything like this. Drop down got open. If I click on this, the value gets selected, drop down gets closed. Correct? So I don't have to close it manually. But if I click on this and I use the arrow, is it closing the drop down? No, right? That means what? After using the arrow, I have to close the drop down again with an enter. Got my point?
yes, sir.
Arrow for the selection,
Yes.
you have to pass and enter for the selection and closing of the drop down. Clear, right? This one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why I said if
Yes,
you are
sir.
choosing any value by mouse, like see, I clicked here, then I clicked Kannada. Auto selected, drop down also closed. 2 clicks, my things are done. But there is a chance that I am using the arrow and then arrow doesn't select it, it just change the value for me. Then what I have to do? I have to press an enter, right? To select it.
Yes, Amitabh.
So don't miss it. If you are opening any drop down, you have to close it too. Or else you directly go to any other web element, do the operation, it will be failing here because the drop down is not closed yet. Now the question doesn't come like this, okay? The question comes in a different way. Just suppose interviewer will ask you that you want to search something in Google. So you are searching something in Google and the auto suggestion helped you with the search. But your search is on the third option there. How you will reach it? For Google, obviously there would not be any select class because Google doesn't know what would be the value or text because it's not fixed, right? Anytime anyone can search anything. So you have to use this method. Either when you are typing, so what happens in Google?
Auto suggestions will come.
Answer. Yes. How to cook? This auto suggestion comes, right? What I can do? I can directly click on that particular suggestion. That would be automatically loaded, correct? Or
Yes, Amitabh.
Yes.
I can come through a drop down and I have to click enter. Got it, right?
Yes, Amita.
So basically this scenario will be asked in a different way. I'm saying as a Google, it may come with Amazon, it may come with anything, wherever the auto suggestion applies or whatever, wherever there is a drop down. Okay. But you always have to ask that if that whatever the options I'm trying, you can may ask your interviewer, where is my option? Is it dynamic or I know that, okay, I can see my option there. So this is the one where I know that my option will be appearing on the third option, right? Interviewer may say that, no, it's dynamic. I don't know where your option may come. It's changing the place. It happens. It also happens in real life. Then how to automate it? Any idea? The search you want is changing sequence. I will select it then.
We have to use send key, Samita. Send keys and enter.
So whenever there is a drop down changing, even you are not sure which sequence to go, right? So with arrow, it's not possible for you to guide your selection. Not possible because it was 5. So you can't go with the arrow. Even the mouse click will not work because it's changing the it's changing the sequence, means the locators also getting changed, right? You can understand it. So in this point directly the answer is very basic. I will type my whole search. Automation is not possible basically. It's not like every answer, every question will always have an answer. Okay, don't be like that. You will face things where there will not be no automation possible at some places. I'll type my whole search through send keys and give it a enter. Clear, right?
Yes, Amita.
Yes, Amita.
Now still people do what? I'll tell you what happens in real life. As an automation tester, when you are searching something, or maybe you are automating your website from the Google point of view, you will be checking, okay, this particular text always comes, like you have to understand how, you have to notice this thing slowly. So when I'm type, see, when I know for every letter, the sequence changes, right? For every letter. So always I'll do what? I'll say, okay, till this letter, I know my option will come here, but still that's risky. Okay, because it may not be after Google gives update or some information may comes inside, it may fail. But the best and safest way is that I will give my whole search and send you with an entry. These are very basics. And these are the most usable ways where you can handle your drop downs. There are other ways also using tab and all, but we don't use it mostly. And trust me, this would be the one which will be using around 50 or 60% in your life. Select tag would not be that much available, being honest. But if select tag is available, then please go for this because this is very easy. Everything is like given to you. Everything is fitted already. Any doubts still here? Any
I have
questions
one
in?
doubt.
Sorry.
Yes, like when we are searching anything, so we have to give the value for the search and then dot send keys enter,
No,
right?
no. So what I'm saying, so you are searching something here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So first you have to do a send keys for this text box, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that send keys would be what, like how to cook.
Mm-hmm.
Now maybe the black rice is coming on the second one, right? So you want to choose this one. So if the question will come that you have passed the send keys for how to cook and your whatever you want to cook, that option is coming on the second option. How you're going to select it? So get this locator. See, for the black rice, there is a locator span there.
Hmm.
So you can directly go for the span text and select it directly from there with a click. Or after how to cook, your cursor is still there, right? For the text box only, you can go with the dot send keys dot arrow down. It will come to the second arrow. 2 times you have to do. Then again for the send box, for that text box only, you have to do an enter.
Okay. Actually, I encountered a similar scenario. Can I share my screen once? Just
Please.
2 minutes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, is it visible?
Yes.
So here, while I was searching it on YouTube Senkeys, so here I just tried to put like donkey trailer. Is it? What was happening is that if I comment this line number 26, so what it happens is. Just a moment. Oh yeah. So it is just typing the query, whatever I'm searching, it is not getting entered.
Because that enter is commented, right?
So what was my question is that it is not really like after send keys dot option is not there. So what I had to do is that again I have to give the XPath for the search and then dot send keys
Again, you
dot
have to do a
enter.
enter again. Yes.
Is this the right way?
Yes, this is
Okay.
the only way. That's why if you remember, I told like if you want to save, like here you are using the same element every time, right? So you save the same element in a web element variable so that you don't have to type driver.find element by XPath, that by XPath expression every time. You can go with the variable.
Okay.
Like it's the same element operation, right?
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Any doubt, guys? Any doubts?
Clear. It's clear.
Cool. I have a meeting, so maybe I'll be dropping off. You guys can practice the select. I would suggest practice the drop down from the leaf ground first, then practice some drop down from the Google, okay? Like some practical implementation. So it will be more robust for you guys. And tomorrow I'll be connecting again. I'll complete the actions tomorrow and we'll have the wait. The Selenium will be completed by 3 days, most probably. Okay, cool.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Amita.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.